Hello, my name's Tim Oliver. I am a freelance engineer, producer and mixer involved in the running of the commercial studios here at Real World. I never mix more than 8 hours a day. I mean, it's dead. Usually six or eight, and then I'll take a break, a conscious break. I have my bird feeder outside, and I watch the birds while I'm mixing, because I'm not always looking at the screen. Yeah, I mean, long focus, and that stops you from getting tired. Up to a point, yeah, it's quite good to detach yourself and reattach. And I mean, in the old days where you'd have to work, you're working on a desk and you would work from beginning to end and you'd mix from beginning to end, and that would be it unless you wanted to pay for a recall. Now you can work for a bit, mix, go on to something else, come back to it, and tweak away. And you can carry on forever and ever, but at some point you just go, that's it. But now I'm working, and I have about 4 or 5 albums I'm working on all at the same time. So I'm finishing a mix. Tomorrow I start a mix on another album, but I'm still finishing Lojo, a French band I work with, and I'm doing that on Wednesday. So it's good. It keeps you fresh. Yes, for definite. And there's less stress, so you don't have to get it right. There's no kind of. You can be much more considered. There are always sort of tweaks, and you come back with tweaks, and you go away and come back with tweaks. And I label all the mixes: mix 1, mix 2, mix 3, mix 4. I know it's going wrong if I get up to mix 10. That's the point where I think, right, something's going wrong here. And if you haven't got it by then, you're probably never going to get it right. And at that point, you just go, well, let it go. I always have. I'm always cross-referencing. I've always got a Spotify playlist on the go. I can just flick over to hear records. The reference list of the thing I'm working on. I put together something, so I've always got something to flick to hear. I'll know whether I'm in the right ballpark or not. The most important thing is performance and comfortability of the players and the interaction, the chemistry, and what's going on. So I'll work around that if I can hear a problem that's going to be a deal breaker, then I'll stop. But otherwise, I'll use spill as my friend, and work with the spill to make it sound good. Really, what I do. I used to be a purist and have no noise and isolation, but actually, you just lose. You lose the magic. Elvis Presley didn't have that problem, did he? And didn't he make shit records? No.
That's right.
I don't have a one mastering guy. I do quite a lot of mastering myself, but at the same time, I quite often like to send things away. It'll depend on the project and how fresh I feel on it. So if the mix has it's been a long haul, then I'll probably want to go somewhere else. If the mix is a breeze, and you just roll into it and it just comes up great, and I think it's great anyway, I might as well master it, because I don't want it to change that much. I just want it to hear it at an even level with the right spaces and it follow on from that, so it keeps fresh. Yeah, I'll do it separate. I'll mix them all, export them all, and then I'll bring all the mixes into a mastering session in Pro Tools, and then I can get them even and processed, and then export that. That was mastered by Bob Ludwig, I believe.
He's our user as well.
Is he? He probably just put Vintage Warm on it. That's why it sounds so great. No, I think I had some dialogue with Gateway. I think that Robert would listen to them, I would listen to them, I'd discuss it, and then get back to them with a few ideas. I think there was just a couple of revisits they did, and it was done. And he was great, really was. It was the first time I'd gone, that's what mastering's about. When I heard the record back, I knew that they did it better. And because I always, when I bounce out mixes, I create a Jiffy mastered version for listening reference, so that people get a sense of listening at a volume that all the other records I listen to are at, so it doesn't disappear off in the distance. So I can always A/B it with those, and I know how much improvement. And if it's more than 10%, I'm happy.